Today I'm meeting Chris down at Shoalwater, and it's a beautiful spring day to go for a paddle. I haven't been in the water for weeks, so I've really been looking forward to this. I've got my yak off the roof, just wheeling it through the parking lot, and down a little bit of sand to the water's edge. It's an absolutely beautiful day, but unfortunately the seaweed has attracted flies and they're just everywhere. So I got out onto the water and waited for Chris. The water was so very calm, I decided to head out to sea, past the marker buoys, see if there are any waves, but the only waves were right on the rocks. So I decided to turn around and head back to the little islands. And right about here, misjudged that small swell and ended up on a rock. Fortunately, I'm in a plastic boat, no damage done, and the weed stopped it getting all scraped up, so that was good. Now, I've been out paddling for a while and I haven't seen Chris, so I'm going to tuck around this island and see if I can find out where he's ended up. More than likely he's just sitting on his little kayak, soaking up the sun, possibly having a sleep. And I can see him in the distance. Looks like a long way away, but with the action cameras, everything looks far away. And I'm calling out to him, and he does seem to be awake, so that's good. He loves photographing the wildlife, so he's probably been taking pictures of birds. Okay, and back around the east side, there's a whole lot of kayakers, and had a quick chat with them. And apparently they started off at Point Perrin, that's only a few kilometres away, and they paddled over to all the little islands, just enjoying the day. Just as I come around here, I turn to my left and I'll be looking at the beach of Seal Island on the east side, and sure enough there are some seals sunning themselves right there, and they will have come down from up north after breeding season, and we'll notice that the seal population just increases every week for the next couple of months. You can see how beautiful and clear the water is, all different sorts of weed. It's absolutely fabulous. And of course pelicans everywhere. We've got pelicans circling overhead, riding the thermals, and well as lots of pelicans perched on all the rocks. Here's a little rock formation I hadn't noticed before, almost like a window in this very gnarly piece of rock. And I think I can see Chris. Yep, there he is. Now I've travelled around to the west side, so looking out to the Indian Ocean. Beautiful clear water still, lots of colourful weed, and of course really sharp rocks. Not the sort of thing you want to get chucked up on with a wave, but no chance of that today because it's nice and calm. And just to my left I can see some cormorants sunning themselves, drying off their wings. They're probably not too happy I'm here. And nope, there they go. Just decided to vacate. Around all these islands there are beautiful little coves. Some are quite rocky, others have got nice beaches. Normally the beaches are exposed in the summer months where the tide's very low, but quite often in winter they're still hidden by water. Now just up ahead, it's probably only about 50 meters away, there are some waves, and it doesn't look like it, but these waves are probably about 2 meters high. You can see off to the left where the waves are looking a little bit more serious. They could be 2.5 meters high, and they're breaking right over some rock, so I don't think I'll go out there today, and they tend to be a bit dumpy. So I'll head off around to some little waves just north, and these are really little. These are only probably 1/2 meter, nothing at all. And it's time to head back to Penguin Island. So I meet up with Chris. We get back to Penguin Island, land on the beach, stretch our legs for a little bit, get all the kinks out, jump back into our kayaks, and we'll head back to shore. It's been out probably for about 2.5 hours. But before we go back, we'll just go over to the jetty. This is the Penguin Island jetty. The island's closed during winter, but it's open again now. So of course all the tour boats are taking advantage, carting tourists around, looking at seals, swimming with dolphins, that sort of thing. Now I didn't need my helmet today, but this is a new helmet for me, and I just wanted to try it out and see how comfortable it was. And it was absolutely perfect. Fits my head well, really comfortable, keeps the sun off. Couldn't ask for more. Cost me about $30 on eBay. Super cheap. Here you can see a couple of the boats moored at the jetty, and these are the boats that take the tourists around. They've got to have a very shallow draw, because quite often you're in maybe only a meter of water, especially during summer. They're specifically designed for this area. There's a little ad for Wild Encounters. And looking back towards Penguin, here's Chris catching up with me, heading back to shore. And just as we get there, the jetty's about to pull out the jetty. Just as we get back there, the ferry's about to pull out from the jetty. So we'll wait for a moment. You can see the seaweed on the beach, and that's where all the flies are. Apart from the flies, absolutely perfect day. Saw seals, bird life, fish life, no dolphins. Quite often we see dolphins here, but not today. But can't wait to get back here again. Beautiful spot on the west coast.